This is Founders Games Metaverse Rounds.
Welcome to the Founders Games.
The biggest growth stage challenge on the planet with $6 million award. The collective intelligence of 250 VC investors evaluated over 3,000 applications of growth stage companies. Only 60 made it to this third round.
Thrilled to be here. So great to be a part of Webital.
All of them are superheroes. They are saving the future of the humankind by generating social and environmental impact through their exponentially growing innovative businesses. Welcome to the better future. Founders Game starts now. Hello and welcome to the very first semi-final episode of Founders Games. Our esteemed jury of investors has evaluated and selected the winners of each of our verticals throughout the past episodes, and now those lucky founders will have to show their improvement and compete for the few spots at the finals in Davos. Let's see who will judge the food tech and ed tech verticals winners. First, as always, it's nice to welcome the man behind it all, the Webital Investment Network Chairman and Founders Games Investor in Residence, Dr. Plamen Russev.
It's a true pleasure to be with you. It's a special moment of the Founders Games, and I look forward to see the best of the best, and at the end of the day, to select the best 5 finalists who will join us in Davos.
Thank you, Plamen, and please give a warm welcome to Milena Nikolova. With over 20 years finance experience, she is a partner at Aera VC, a global early-stage venture fund investing in breakthrough climate innovations, with some impressive success in the decarbonizing industry. Hi Milena, please tell us more about Aera VC.
At Aera VC, we invest globally at early stage, and we have been doing it since 2017, and sustainability is what we believe an enormous investment opportunity, but also a moral imperative, so delighted to be here.
Thank you, Milena, and I'm also happy to introduce Dr. Michael Hoeck, who is one of the partners of Earlybird UniX, the seed fund of the Earlybird family. Earlybird is a venture capital investor focused on European technology innovators, with €2 billion under management across all fund streams. Hi, Michael. Can you share more about Earlybird?
Yes, hello. Pleasure to join you. Earlybird is one of the established companies in the European venture capital space, founded in 1997. So there are only 4 VCs still alive, founded that early. And we have a family of funds across all the stages.
Thank you, Michael. And finally, a true pleasure to welcome Wissam Mansour, who is a founding partner and CEO at Neventa Capital. Hello, Wissam. Please tell us more about Neventa Capital.
Hi everyone, Neventa Capital is a growth capital firm. We invest in technology companies globally with a more focus on digital technology business models.
Thank you, Wissam. And now it's time to start with the evaluation of the first 4 founders who reached the semi-finals, coming right after a quick recap of the rules. The jury shall evaluate the top companies in this vertical and shall select a winner against 6 equally important criteria. 1. Business model scalability, market adoption and timing. 2. Uniqueness of the idea. 3. Team capacity. 4. Funding and financing. 5. Leadership and personal qualities. And 6. Impact factor. Is the company generating social and environmental change? Each criteria brings up to 10 points, so the maximum a company can get from each jury member is 60 points. Only 5 of the semi-finalists shall reach to the final round and win a share of a $6 million award. Let the Founders Games begin.
Participant number 1.
Now let's see who is in the backstage.
Hello everyone, this is Koray from Fazla Gida. Very nice to see you. We are here to create an awareness about the importance of waste management and the opportunity behind it.
Welcome to the Founders Games, Koray. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
We teleport you into our Metaverse and wait for your pitch. With its technology-based holistic waste management solutions, Fazla Gida prevents waste generation at its source and recycles the waste into the circular economy with the highest environmental, social and economic value. I will monitor your heart rate and your emotions and shall show them to everyone via this AI Founders Monitor on the screen. You have 1 minute to pitch. Good luck.
60 seconds pitch starting now.
Hello everyone, Fazla Gida is a holistic waste management company offering technology-based solutions. So the problem is that 1/3 of the food produced globally is wasted every year. To be able to cope with this problem, a methodology is needed. We, as Fazla Gida, put this hierarchy at the heart of our business and offer different services for each step here. We offer the highest value for our customers having surplus products with our digital platform and the ecosystem we have created, which consists of players who can use these surplus products such as food banks, animal feed producers, or biogas facilities. Currently, we are working with almost all national and international food manufacturers, retailers, and distributors in Turkey. We achieved to save around 50,000 tons of food, and we are regularly donating food to 1.25 million people in need in Turkey.
Time is up. Let's hear the questions from the jury.
Ready for Q&A.
Food waste management is certainly an enormous problem that needs to be tackled. It's a global problem, but I suspect it requires local solutions. To what extent do you need to modify your model as you expand internationally?
We have 7 different services in Turkey right now that we offer to our customers. While expanding to Spain, first we had a market research there, and we have come up with an idea which of our services is the best suiting one for Spain. And it turns out that it will be the B2B liquidation solution that we call Fazla Market, because they had the legislation ready for that, and they hope they have no competition in this area. So therefore, we will be first implementing the B2B liquidation platform, and then the donation and animal feed services will follow.
So Turkey being your first market and you reach 4 million revenue, so is this already the ceiling that you reach in Turkey, or what do you think is your complete total potential in the Turkish market?
In terms of coverage, the penetration, we are almost at the ceiling, I can tell you, because as I have mentioned, we are working with more than 100 food producers, retailers and distributors here. But of course, there is way to go in the local market as well, because as mentioned, we have 7 services. 3 of them are called like R&D service for us, and they are new in the market, which need market development in the forthcoming 3 years.
Maybe if you can elaborate a bit more on the business model itself and how does it work in practice?
So assume that you are a food manufacturer and there are players in B2B liquidation platform, another players who is offering donation solutions to you, another player who is offering animal feed solutions. You need to deal with 3 or 4 different players. Fazla Gida sits and say that we are offering all of them. We are just like a third-party waste management department for all the companies that we are working with. And we say that no matter what the condition of the surplus product that we have, we have a suitable solution for it, because we can sell it. If we cannot sell it, we can donate. If not possible, we can use for animal feed, etc. So therefore, the edge is that I'm offering a holistic solution from just one contact versus the competitors who are just having a variety in just one part of my solution set.
So how do you make your extension and expansion plans? Based on what? You're entering now Spain. What do you expect from the Spanish market?
The Spanish market is ready with the legislation, first of all. It is very important for us. So the current regulation enable the food companies to manage their surplus food with different solutions. they have a huge food market, and there is no competitor, especially in B2B marketplace area.
I know you have many more questions to ask, but it's time for the feedback.
The moment of truth. Direct feedback from the jury.
The problem is big enough and interesting enough. Your revenue ambitions seem not to match the size of the problem. And I'm trying to, I haven't been able to yet figure out why. Is it because you haven't found the right market players to interact with that can bring that revenue to you, and you need to connect more different parties to your solution? But that is something that I would encourage you to think about.
There might be different types of competition you face in different types of countries, but your approach, the holistic approach seems valuable.
The market size, like if you are reaching a ceiling in Turkey with, let's say, a 4 or 5 million revenue number, I'm just wondering like how big that can go, from an investor point of view. It is something that, let's say, that we would consider.
The ambition here is not feasible. Otherwise, on the other side, you've done an amazing job in Turkey. And if you manage to scale it to one and more countries, that would be great. So wish you all the luck and thank you so much.
Thank you. That was co-ray with Fazla Gida. And now we will see an anonymous scoring from one of the investors. Thank you, jury members, for the feedback. And thank you, Corey. And let's see the next participant.
Participant number 2.
I wonder who is getting ready to pitch next. Let's find out.
Hi everyone, I'm Phaedra, and I'm the founder and CEO of Spero Foods. We build affordable and quality alternatives for the mainstream. I'm excited to share more with you.
Hello, Phaedra, and welcome to the Founders Games again. Are you ready?
Yes.
We're ready to welcome you on our stage and hear your pitch. Spero Foods is a plant-based dairy company on a mission to make dairy and egg alternatives the same price as animal products while maintaining clean, simple ingredients, nutrition, and delicious flavor using technology. I will monitor your heart rate and your emotions and shall show them to everyone via this AI Founders monitor on the screen. You have 1 minute to pitch. Good luck.
60 seconds pitch starting now.
Plant-based dairy alternatives and other alternatives have grown tremendously over the past decade. However, we still see major problems in market adoption for plant-based alternatives, particularly in dairy and eggs today. The main problems are that they're far more expensive than their animal-based counterparts. They don't quite have the flavor or texture of animal products. The issue this creates, particularly in price point, is leaving behind most of consumers. So why hasn't alternatives reached price parity yet with animal-based products? Some of the main reasons are due to the production processes and the use of expensive inputs. So the obvious solution to solve this is why not just increase automation to make the production processes more efficient and utilize more inexpensive inputs. So this is exactly what Spero is doing to solve the price issue. We use automation that is designed intelligently to drive down the cost of alternatives with very inexpensive inputs so we compete with animal products.
Time is up. Let's hear the questions from the jury.
Ready for Q&A.
Yes, thank you very much. Very interesting. I really think you address a big market. Questions. So you are building a B2C brand for the retail stores, but also have your own production, right? And as far as I understood, you have your main ingredient is sunflower.
Yeah, so we have a platform of technology to innovate in a primary set of products. So this is our suite that is in our business plan, with 2 of them being in market today. And we do capitalize on seeds. So we have 21 global patent applications, which capitalize on the use of seeds like sunflower seeds, you'll see in our cheese-based products, pumpkin seeds, and others to create dairy and egg alternatives.
From the competition and the well-established players in the market, how are you planning basically to defend your positioning here and your edge?
First of all, the market is very large and growing a lot, so there's room for a diverse set of players. But second, we have two main product sets in the market today, including plant-based eggs and plant-based cheese. So if we want to look at comparison charts for both plant-based cheese, for example, we see that our price point is already competing with the leading dairy brands today. We see that our ingredient deck is the cleanest, sustainability is top-notch, friendly for allergens, and comes in, a variety of flavors, great nutrition, functional, etc. So we can actually compete on every major consumer concern. Price point and ingredients are two of the main attributes that we have, being trusted ingredients, affordable price point.
Tell us about your market fit as of today. Where do you see the growth coming? You've already added a second line of product, the egg replacement. Where else do we go?
So in terms of growth, we've seen incredible growth in retail, including being the fastest growing plant-based cheese startup and third fastest growing plant-based cheese company in the U.S. according to Spins. We just expanded into the largest U.S. supermarket with our cheese products and are in a national rollout for our plant-based eggs right now. In terms of future products, we have a pretty unlimited number of spread and soft cheese categories we can enter into. And then we also have mozzarella, cheddar, your melting cheeses, milks, and yogurts that have been formulated and applied in our packs as well. So those will come later.
So the remaining question in my head is that level of confidence, what can support it so that we get as confident as you?
There are a few different a few new revenue streams that have just occurred. One is a new product that just launched onto the market that already has a national rollout, right? A few other retailers lined up. So it's the plant-based egg product, very fast-moving category. The second is our products are now starting to be cross-placed, not just in cream cheese, but in spreads and dips category, which opens up double the placement in existing retailers, and we're starting to see that roll out. So that's an additional revenue stream that's happening as we speak.
I know you have many more questions to ask, but it's time for the feedback.
The moment of truth. Direct feedback from the jury.
Congratulations to what you've achieved already. I think it's a relevant market and the products look very good. My particular insight into this industry is that I'm in contact with a Eastern European-based sunflower company that makes proteins from the rest of sunflower oil production, also with lots of patents. And their main problem is that Ukraine is number one producer of sunflowers, and Russia number 3 and 4. So the whole sunflower industry is interrupted, and the big brands are eliminating sunflower from the ingredients lists because they're a risk ingredient. But if you're producing your own sunflower, you might not be affected.
In terms of the products, I think they're amazing. I find the packaging, I find the overall look and feel really great, very contemporary, and you really want to have it.
I agree. Actually, the product looks really cool and appealing, and the market in general, it's quite a growing market. On the other hand, it's quite tough market to be in.
Thank you, jury members. Now let's see the anonymous scoring. And thank you, Phaedra. That was Phaedra with Spero Foods. We are now ready to meet our next participant.
Participant number 3.
Let's see who is in our backstage.
Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim Abdullah, co-founder and CEO of iSchool.
Welcome to the Founders Games, Ibrahim. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Happy to hear that. We teleport you into our Metaverse and wait for your pitch. iSchool is #1 MENA EdTech kids coding platform that offers personalized coding online classes for kids from 6 to 18 years. I will monitor your heart rate and your emotions, and shall show them to everyone via this AI Founders monitor on the screen. You have 1 minute to pitch. Good luck.
60 seconds pitch starting now.
In 2018, the World Economic Forum announced in the jobs landscape that 9 out of the top 10 emerging jobs will be in tech. And today, that future became our reality. In the MENA region, we have 100 million students who have limited access to technology education. That's why we created iSchool. iSchool is an online coding platform for kids between 6 and 18 years old to help them build careers in emerging technology field. iSchool journey is customized and gamified. iSchool curriculum is localized and developed using global standards and international accreditations. iSchool students have a 2-hour weekly live session with certified instructor. iSchool have trained more than 10,000 students from all over the world. iSchool have brought them 100 diverse team members. iSchool had partnered with multiple international schools and strategic partners in the educational sectors. iSchool had generated $1 million in revenue in 2021.
60 seconds for shameless self-promotion are never enough, but it is time to answer questions from the investors.
Ready for Q&A.
What do you think it will take to scale it up to become much bigger and reach more people?
We have done most of the hard work from the product side, the educational product and the tech product. And we are adding more features by the day today. And for the instructors, we have a pipeline, different pipelines for them, and we have different products for them to build them and train them, and then assist them to be certified and allowed to teach young children. The scaling process all about getting awareness to the parent.
And what the teacher uses is is there IP in what the technique they're using, or what is unique about how they're teaching?
The first thing is the educational content itself. We develop it in-house. We don't use, there is no curriculum for children to help them learn tech. So we use, for example, the Raspberry Pi, the debugging standard, DAK12 standard, and DI4 standard to customize the tech curriculum to be aligned with each age range for the children.
My question would be really, let's say, first on the competition, right? And second, how do you come over the language barrier? Because I guess most of the education going to be like in English.
About the competition, our really competition that is similar to us are startups from India. Those are the similar competitors for iSchool. Most of the local players, they don't have long journey. They don't build a career for the kids. They only deliver camps, short courses for students. It's like an activity. But in iSchool, we help students through the journey to build strong CV and portfolio, to apply for scholarship after they finish if they want to pursue the tech career. The second insight you said about the language, so our curriculum is in English and in Arabic, and even when we launched it in Saudi, we use the Saudi dialect in Arabic. So we have an Arabic language for Egypt, and we customize the curriculum with the definitions and the local and the developable content of the Saudi market. And each market we enter, we do the same thing.
Do you experience virality in the end user space, or is it even the more important one, or is it more important the school budgets that you're working on?
Actually, when we went from one country to almost 10 countries in the past couple of years, it was only through word of mouth and recommendation and referrals. Parents would recommend us to their neighbors and their brothers and sisters abroad, and they would subscribe in iSchool. So for the partnership, we utilize our market position as the market leader in Egypt to partner with schools. And this only started last year. So we have a pipeline of schools we partner with, and also the Ministry of Education and other educational sectors. But our main focus is the parents who want to build career for their own goods, who want to ensure their future.
And you are now raising a round. How much are you raising, and what are you going to use the money for?
$4.5 million. We have secured $2.5 million for venture wave from Ireland. We are using the money. The first thing is to scale in Saudi. The main other thing is to complete this project through next year to have an MVP by the end of the year. The platform that is fully customizable, fully live, aligned with the K-12 standards to be integrated also in schools. So schools can use it to teach kids basic tech skills, and we can build upon that by advanced levels and etc. to help kids build careers in AI or web development.
The Q&A session is over and the best part is up to come. The moment of truth, with the direct feedback by the investors.
The moment of truth. Direct feedback from the jury.
My comment would be that I had to kind of pull out of you some of the unique features. I would bring those forward. When you talk about in-person tutoring, there are many of those out there, right? You have to show the investor how you create engagement and virality and why your student is learning better in your product from them somewhere else.
Okay, thank you for your insight. It would be considered, thank you.
I needed to understand better, isn't it a very expensive product at that price? Because we work with different providers and their pricing is way cheaper. But obviously you have your market fit and it works out. But overall, great job, congratulations. And I hope you will really make sure that you teach and train as many kids as possible.
Thank you. That's our mission.
Thank you, jury members, and thank you, Ibrahim. That was a very positive feedback from the jury. And now we will show the anonymous scoring by one of the investors. The final scoring and average of the score of all of the investors shall be presented after all 4 pitches are done. Thank you, Ibrahim.
Participant number 4.
Let's have a peek backstage to find out who is our next participant.
Hi, I'm Ray, and I'm here today to turn a big idea into a reality.
Hello, Ray, and welcome to the Founders Games. Are you ready?
I'm ready, thank you.
So we are. We are waiting for you on our stage. Good luck. Bansen Labs was born out of a desire to give people with disabilities control over their experience with technology in a way that works for them and provides an access to other people. I will monitor your heart rate and your emotions and shall show them to everyone via this AI Founders monitor on the screen. You have 1 minute to pitch. Good luck.
60 seconds, pitch starting now.
Hi. So we started our company with a purpose, solving problems trying to play video games with friends who have cerebral palsy. And the problems for people with disabilities are stunning. Did you know a $3,000 wheelchair joystick can't connect to things like game systems or smart homes? And while that's our primary market, we also help older adults like my grandfather here stay connected to friends and family, and all of us who can never get Alexa to understand what we want her to do. So we created Zogo, a platform that makes tech accessible for everyone. It works by connecting any input device you own to any output device you want to control, which means that wheelchair joystick I talked about earlier can now control an off-the-shelf drone. Or I can use an Apple Magic Trackpad to control my smart home lights without yelling at Alexa. Now, I want to talk a little about our launch market, where we narrowed down the 61 million people with physical disabilities in the US to 305,000 children with spastic cerebral palsy that severely affects their grasping. Our goal is to be the DJ for your smart home, with a focus on digital twins and a creator platform like Roblox, but with a focus on improving people's real lives, not their virtual one.
The clock ran out. Time to answer questions.
Ready for Q&A.
The existing solutions in the market, you mentioned there isn't much, but can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so typically in our first market with accessibility, it's all kind of homemade markers. Now, that's the way it's been for a very long time. People are using a lot of duct tape and coat hangers and trying to hardwire devices. So our platform allows all these very unique devices to connect.
And how much does it cost to sell like the retail price?
We are working with both larger providers, also rehab centers, and then end users. Comcast want to see it for all of their users who have disabilities. With companies like that, it's a broader reach where they'd be buying the boxes at a lower cost and providing them to their customers. As far as the profit margin on devices, going to the rehab centers, those will have a market value of $1,000 to the rehab centers, and it's about a $53 per unit cost for us. And that's the same for the end users. And the reason we do it that way is because the rehab centers really need this.
I did not understand, what stage are you at now? So you have a finished product that you're already selling, or you're about to start selling it?
We have started selling, but it's to the larger customers, but we haven't started rolling out to individual users. So right now, the stage we're in, we have the hardware completed. We have these nice hardware boxes that work well for our users. And that's what we're doing with the testing in the rehab centers. So this is only important for the people with disabilities. When we roll out to the standard user, to the general population, you don't need to have this hardware box because it's hardware platform agnostic. But when I have the hardware box, if you look back here, there's a lot of specific ports that are made for people with disabilities. They're very unique. They're not USB. So this is a bridge for us to be able to, for the end users, be able to allow them to connect their devices, and for the rehab centers, provide the central box that allows us to sell a software as a service model that, if you'd like to hear more about that, I can talk about, but there's a model there as well for the rehab centers.
But the product is complete. It's not like it needs to evolve further.
No, now we're in the testing phase.
Your software is the value-added layer which connects every type of hardware around that disability people might need to use to their own hardware, whether it's a joystick on the wheelchair or something else that is able to connect. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. The software is kind of our secret sauce that makes all of these things happen, and we don't require the hardware for that to work.
That sounds great. Okay. I like it very much. Who's producing your boxes?
So we initially did our first run ourselves, and then we had the injection molding done, and we haven't picked our partner for launch, probably going to manufacture out of Mexico initially.
Until you ship an industrially standardized product to a lot of customers, what still needs to happen? How much money do you need for that? And is it realistic?
We have the initial hardware built and a lot of the pre-work done there. But we think that's going to be a 6 to 9 month process, which we're starting right in the new year. And then that's when we'll raise another round. We just received a National Science Foundation grant, which was a $1 million grant, and we're working through that and also working on these corporate partnerships that would add some sales into there as well.
That was an intense Q&A session, but let's hear the feedback.
The moment of truth. Direct feedback from the jury.
You are really doing something very important, and definitely that worth the efforts and the support. But when it comes to venture capital, we need to understand what's the growth, where do we go, how fast are we going to go, and of course, to somehow mitigate all the risks on the way. And with you, as you've rightfully mentioned, you have a lot of risks to mitigate.
I was left with question marks in my head around how far did you get? More clarity on the roadmap would be really helpful.
Sounds good. Thank you.
There are so many negative surprises coming up in the industrialization phase, scaling the product, that if you haven't selected the manufacturing partner and figured that out yet, and there are still factors in the design fluent, you should implement a so-called design freeze as soon as possible and start handing over to the supply chain managers. If it appears that there are so many questions open, you might face some negative surprises on the way that the investors don't like.
And it's very, let's say, important mission and important purpose that you are after. which is quite interesting.
Thank you, investors, for your feedback. You can see the anonymous detailed scoring of one of our jury members. As I mentioned, the final scoring is an average of the score of all investors, and they shall be presented after all 4 pitches are done. Thank you, Ray. We've heard the 4 founders pitch their companies. We've heard what the investors had to say about them. Now it's time to reveal the final average scoring and see if any of the founders today will have a chance to qualify for the finals at Davos. First, Karai with Fazla Gida gets 35 points average score. Congratulations, Karai. Not bad for a semi-final round. Next, with 36 points average score, we have Aera from Spero Foods. Congrats, Aera. Ibrahim with iSchool takes the lead with the impressive 45 points. Good job, Ibrahim. Finally, Ray with Bansen Labs gets an average score of 36 points, which makes Ibrahim the winner today. Congratulations, Ibrahim. You've won the right to continue ahead on the journey towards the $6 million annual funding award. Job well done. And to the rest of the founders, it's a great achievement to be here and to be selected among over 3,000 growth stage companies. We look forward to seeing you as part of the upcoming seasons of Founders Games and to hopefully prove the jury wrong for not picking you as a finalist. And now, dear viewers, as you may know, it's time for the feedback of the founders. Unfortunately, Aera and Karai couldn't stay with us, but let's hear what Ibrahim and Ray have to share.
I was really overjoyed. It was really wonderful to hear voices that encourage you to move on in your journey to change the next generation. It was really joyful. It's wonderful. I'm holding my kids right now.
I think it's always great to hear back from people who have been in this area for a long time, and I know that we'll have some work to do focusing on our launch and being able to explain that better. So I'm looking forward to diving in and taking that feedback and implementing it in what we're doing with our pitches. I think that it's always difficult when you're looking at an accessibility startup, especially when you start adding in the hardware aspect of it and the software aspect of it. It's a unique startup, and I just appreciate the judges taking time to learn more about it and learn more about what we're doing.
Thank you, Ray, and thank you all for being with us for the opening of the semi-final rounds. Join us next time to see how the winners of the clean tech and the new materials verticals will fare in front of our jury of investors.
Can they beat Ibrahim's score? Or will the task prove to be too hard to achieve? Find out on the next episode of Founders Games.